And we are live. Welcome to Full Tilt. Scuffcord presents Kirksy versus Kabeelio. We have Breezy and Riz on the floor.
The boys are back in town. Let's go.
Yes,
Yeah, for real. Here we go. Don't know a lot about Kabeelio, honestly, going into this. I think I missed if he did play. He did play in crew battles, right?
Yeah, he subbed in. He subbed in.
Okay, yeah, he subbed in. I don't think I saw him play, so it'll be interesting for me. I'll struggle on that side. Kirks, however, very well established, someone I've known for a long time. A very good ones player in his own right. As Riz said, a very good all-round player.
Yes, yeah, I think we saw Kirks at his full capacity there in crew battles just gone. I think we talked about that just before the stream. Really showed how powerful of a player he was in the game mode and in all game modes actually. Came in as the top seed there on the Ratty Merchants team and definitely proved himself. Took a game off Wolftick as well near the end. Was that in the finals? It was, wasn't it? In the finals where he took a game off Wolftick there, who looked Wolftick himself looked reasonably untroubled throughout the tournament. Probably the only person to have taken a game off him was Kirk. So yeah, dangerous one to look out for here.
What is Full Tilt?
Thunder, how are you, mate? Thunder, Nobbo.
What is? Can't tell if sarcasm or not, but it's in the announcements in the Discord. If you want to check it out,
it's under event. Sorry, Breezy.
So event only 1v1 tournament for the best. I want to say the best players in the Discord. Certainly the top brackets are the best players in the Discord at 1v1s, but it probably streams down to about B3 GC1.
I think the lowest ranked 1v1 players that we have in the event are roughly Champ 3 in ones. Yeah. That would be like the likes of Nobbo is Champ 3 in ones. You know, it used to be a little bit lower. It's getting a little bit on the top heavy side these days. But I guess the idea for those that haven't been around for these before is that we do bring our best Scuffcord familiars, the best 1v1 players that are Scuffcord familiars, into the ring against some known and some unknown high-ranked 1v1 players, and we give them an opportunity to make a run all the way through a gauntlet-style bracket, collecting little prize checks along the way. Zella was a good example of how that can be done in Full Tilt number 1. A lot of people will remember that, where he climbed all the way from the bottom group, climbed all the way through the bracket to the very top, where he faced off against Caleb at the end of all things, who taught him a few little lessons as well. But yeah, that's the idea. We've got a few new names as well, likes of Keckles and Arj and those sort of folk that are new to it. They are higher ranked ones players. Keckles, I think, is sitting roughly top 10 at the moment. Apples is the top of the tree, who is very, very close. I think he actually had a quick look inside as the top 1 player in Oceania recently. He's been overtaken by, I think, Super Lucky and Caleb himself. Other than that, I think he sits 3 at the moment. So there are some pretty damn good players on the lists.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, yeah, the bracket is in the. I just had it up 2 seconds ago. The bracket is in the Full Tilt players section of the Discord. If anybody wants to check it out, that is the full range of players. There's the appear there. Yes, you see it now. There you go. That is the full range of players that is available, provided everybody shows up for the games. We should be right.
Breezy cutting out a bit. Yeah, copy that.
Ah, my bad. That might be because I sat back in my chair.
Apple's 4th. Yeah, so you got to be careful with the OC leaderboard because there are 2 names at the top. I think it's Diaz and Squishy who sit at the top. Diaz is French, it does actually have a French flag next to Diaz's name. And Squishy is the Squishy from the USA that most people will be very familiar with, ex-NRG player. So you got to take those 2 names off when you are calculating. Oh, you were excluding them. Copy that. Then put a strike through my my last paragraph. Sorry about that.
I love how you explained who Squishy was.
Yo, some people don't follow competitive Rocket League, man. You've got to. You can't leave any wires left in the chat. You've got to just cover all bases. It's so much easier just to flow on That's anyway. That's how I approach it. But
I
anyway,
appreciate
tonight
that.
we have a Kabeelio and Kirksy. We did discuss them briefly before. They did actually run into each other in ranked moments ago. I don't know whether it's worth spoiling the result there. We know who won that one, but after that match, it's going to be best of 5. In fact, we're trying to push for best of 5s for every match in this event. But after that, we do have Flikza and Knob, 2 very familiar faces around the parts here, and that should be a wrap on the evening. I probably will run through some changes around Scuff, minor changes around Scuff after the stream for those that want to stick around and do stick it out right to the end. There's some little things working in the background here to make Scuff more of a, I don't know whether it's more of, but maybe just freshen up the community feel around the place. So yeah, hang around for that as well.
Super exciting stuff on the horizon. So let's get this ball rolling. Let's see if Kabeelio and Kirksy are ready to roll.
To preamble in the stream. Yes, sorry, my bad. Just realized you wrote that. Yeah, I think the last time we heard Kabeelio say wait, did we? And now he's asking when we're starting. They're ready to go.
He said wait.
Send us in there, Rush.
Because of the 1v1. So let's move over my new Stream Deck ting to the live screen. Please don't break.
Oh, you got it working, did you? You think?
I hope.
There you
It
go.
looks like it
looks
like
good. Looks good.
Computer didn't die. Good.
Is there? We Gucci. Kabeelio versus Kirksy, 2 incredibly powerful players going toe to toe in a best of 5. Full tilt is underway.
Prediction is live as well for those who are into that. Usually a popular thing. Get your Scuff coin on the line. Kirksy versus Kabeelio, the very first game of Full Tilt, number 3.
Again, it's going to be interesting for me. I don't know a lot about Kabeelio, so it's going to be difficult for me to weigh in on the result early. As I say that, that's a heavy early challenge with Kirks on his own backboard, and he is going to pick up goal number 1. Little bit of anxiety, a little bit of rush there from Kabeelio, a little bit of impatience. Something that Kirks, we saw in a lot of his 1v1s, very much feeds off of. Kirksy, a very shadow-heavy player, I feel like, from what we saw of him. He's very comfortable defending on his own line, even with minimal boost. I think that was something we commented on a lot when he was playing, even playing the 2s with Tezza. It's very, as we saw there, very shadow-heavy.
Please ignore what just happened.
What just happened? How did you see?
I went to cross and I was like, wait a second, is Rush going to be doing that after every goal? That's wild.
I went to move my mouse on my second PC and I touched my phone. And I was like, nah, surely nothing happened. I looked over and everything changed.
The
Thankfully,
Stream Deck giveth and the Stream Deck taketh away.
Thankfully, Riz set me up with a reset, so I just hit that banger. Oh, and Kirksy will score goal number 3. Extremely smooth, clean gameplay coming from Kirksy. Absolute powerhouse here in game number 1. 4 minutes remaining, plenty of time on the clock. A 3-goal deficit. Kabeelio definitely has the time to bring it back, but if Kirksy will allow that or not, time will tell.
Yeah, just on Kabeelio, I think Kabeelio was brought in by Wolftick from memory. It might have been Wolftick or was it Cryptic. Either way, Kabeelio is a very well-renowned player in the higher ranks in the GC3 range, I think, across 2s and 3s, possibly. 2s, I know that he's done very well, and he was extremely powerful when we saw him in crew battles as well, but 1s is very new to him. He does not play the game mode. It's something that he's been trying to get into and try and understand the ins and outs of the mode, make his name known there, but still hovering around the Champ 3 mark, a long way behind his accolades in the other game modes. And he just looks to be A little bit nervous maybe here. Kirksy, as we've talked about earlier, well-established 1v1 player, has started much stronger here in game number 1.
Yeah, Kirks is doing what we know Kirks can do. It's a good shot.
Good
That's
shot.
a very good shot. That's the first signs we got from Kabeelio that he's like fully capable of scoring goals like this. Like you would expect it, obviously, from someone who is so highly ranked in 2s and 3s, but this is ones. You have to be getting a shot on target, otherwise, you know, those full commits, as Frog said in the chat, he's full sending on every offensive, and that is something that, again, I think it plays into the aggressive challenges, play into Kirksy's arc. Kirk's very, very happy to absorb pressure, very Mers-esque in that way. Mers is another player who is very happy to absorb pressure a lot of the time.
Yeah, good little fight back here from Keb. Just talking about the strong start from Kirksy. Keb has struck twice since, so it's a good flick around as well, but it's going to go wide. Kirksy will take the boost, and Keb will have to retreat. What's Kirksy got here? Kirksy, he doesn't really push in the air, does he? We saw Kabeelio open his account with a fantastic aerial double. Kirksy not really interested in taking that route, very much a ground-based player in this particular game mode anyway. Two different play styles perhaps clashing here. Keb's going to find a little bit of time, try and get it to the wall and follow it up. Midfield then takes to the air, dangerous setup here. Kirksy does well to challenge early and takes it over the top. Will secure the boost and the ball. One shot available for Kirksy. He's actually butchered it as well. He sent it well wide, and Kabeelio will be back. He'll send it across the face of his own goal.
Yeah, he's struggled for boost here. Kirks has done pretty well at manipulating that and challenging. We saw in his first couple of goals that he very much controlled the boost side of things. Like you said, he has got the aerial game available to him, Kirks. He is a very good aerial player from when, in the time that I played against him. Obviously, like you say, he elects just not to bother in the 1v1 arena. Maybe doesn't back himself his percentages in 1v1s.
Possibly. I think that Kirksy's just playing really efficient. Like you see in that last play, he just played it really smart, played really cool. Allowed Kabeelio to just overcommit just enough for him to sneak his way through. He's got a pretty strong lead at the moment with the 3-goal deficit. Kabeelio is down. Kirksy doesn't need to take any risks or any low percentage plays, as you were saying, Breezy.
Kirk's very smart there with his challenge low, and he will pick up another one. Kabeelio just again struggling to get convincing shots on target. And Kirk's, as we said, a very good defender of his own net and a confident ones player. This will be a very tough challenge. I wasn't aware that Kev wasn't a ones player or it wasn't a game mode that he gives much attention to. This will be a tough challenge for him. That remains to be the case. See the first aerial play come out from Kirks, single reset, nice and simple, but he did it well. Saw Keb go high, dropped it down below. See how they go on the kickoffs. We've seen no kickoff variation yet. Like, correct me if I'm wrong as well. That's something that I expect to change as we creep up through the ranks as well. Expecting, you know, sometimes depending on people's, I guess, confidence in tournaments. I'm expecting variations of kickoffs to come out. Fake kickoffs, waves, particularly the wave dash kickoff has obviously become a crowd favorite in ones at the moment.
Oh God. Jeez, he's not making many mistakes, is he, Kirks? Everything he touches turns to gold at the moment from everywhere on the field. Has his 8. And Kabeelio has a lot of work to do here.
Game number 1.
Game 1. Game 1's over. I think he's got to look to game number 2. Probably worth seeing this out regardless of the score here. And just trying to figure out what to do moving forward in the series. Best of 5. Still a lot of time left. His sleeve, but Kirksy is just looking so strong at the moment. We're going to need to see some adaptation here from Kabeelio.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it probably tracks that he doesn't play ones. There's been a bit of one's naivety here, like for lack of a better way of putting it, one's inexperience is probably a better word. Just a few decisions that see there, just a few decisions that are not going his way. A few naive decisions. Thinking he could swipe that boost before Kirks could shoot it. Not going to be the case, and Kirks has the force of nature.
You can definitely see in Kirksy's play, he's very comfortable in the ones space. You see him looking back and forth, checking who's behind him, where Kabeelio is, what's going to happen next. Kirksy just taking all of the time just to make sure everything hits right. Kabeelio will punish the time play coming through, scoring their third goal, trying to generate momentum moving into game number 2. Game number 1 is always and has always been very shaky for one, if not both of the players. It looks like Kabeelio will definitely be using game number 1 as a warm-up opportunity into the tournament. Plenty of games to go, but Kirksy is coming in extremely strong, as both of you have suggested, and as we can see, Kirksy is just moving back and forth, finding his excellent moments. And so he takes game number 1. Kirksy, absolute powerhouse.
How do we see Kabeelio coming back here? How does he approach this? Does he try and copy what Kirksy's doing and try and match him toe for toe? Or does he put the foot on the accelerator with the mech? We saw him score a beautiful goal to open his account there in game number 1. Definitely has the ability to be mechanical. I'm not too sure what approach is required.
Yeah, I think he's got to. I think he's got to take his time a little bit more. I think he's rushing a few plays. He seems to be, like I said, he seemed there was more than a few plays where I think he played a scenario like it was 2s or 3s. Like he rushed a little bit, like he was too eager to challenge instead of like when both players are close to the ball, he wanted to flip into the ball like right away. Kirks again really happy to absorb it and stay put. I think the only way you go the mech route is if you are so confident in your mechanical ability, you know, as the games progress. If you are confident that you are consistently going to be getting good shots on target, the more you warm into the contest. I think he's got to play a little bit more of a measured approach, especially when both players are close to the ball. When Kirks abandons the ball, like go wild. But when both players are close to the ball, I feel like Cab has been a little bit too aggressive, and Kirks has been more than happy to punish it, as we see there again.
Yeah, really aggressive from Keb there. I think he's got to really rein in the frustration, I think, and just sort of accept when a play is over. The race to the mid boost was everything there. It was Kirksy's in the end. Kabeelio hung around and decided to try and catch the ball off the wall. Kirksy full of boost and zero risk in drawing the challenge. Did exactly that. Opens up his account to start game number 2. Has picked up where he left off here. Kabeelio. We have a chance here. Shot on target. It's going to be a goal. Kirksy ends up turning into the goal. Cross-footed there in net. Very difficult to make an effective touch from the position Kirksy found himself in there. Well done by Kabeelio to hang around. Any decent shot on target was going to be a goal. Draws blood early. Took him a long time to get his engine going in game number 1. He's found one early here in game number 2. Yo, Remy, how are you, mate? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, what a shot! Incredible play coming from Kirksy. No one expected it. Kabeelio didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. Kirksy knew exactly what he was doing. Incredible goal, number 2 for Kirksy.
That's very vile. I know seeing that Cab actually did fall off his off his crossbar, but I don't think he was saving it even if he was still up there. To be honest, like I'd be very, very astounded if someone saved that. I saw the pinch coming from the play. It was Kirksy's only out after he dropped the ball, but for me it was the height that he got on it. The fact that he got it top corner and not just like a pinch skimming the ground was wild. I think he's caught Kirksy out here, though. He has.
What happened there with Kirksy? He just didn't respect it at all, did he?
No, I think this is a rare moment where Kirks actually just got caught lingering a little too long in indecision, and he wasn't defending his net. It wasn't as close to his net as he would have hoped. If he'd have just come in a little bit tighter into the midfield, I think he'd have been fine. Again, though, one of the art of ones and one thing that it teaches you, anybody looking to improve on this, is to just play ones, is knowing where the net is behind you when you're not looking at it. Knowing, like, you know, where it is in relevance to your car, your positioning. Oh, Jesus, that is unfortunate. And Cab is going to have the first lead that he's had.
Yes. Yeah, first lead.
Yeah, I think that was right. It was almost like shotgun kickback there for Kirksy, wasn't it? He fired heavy in the backboard and ended up being fatal for himself. Kev will take that one all the way to the bank. Thank you very much. He's had to work so hard for all of his goals. He'll take a freebie.
You heard it here first, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folk. Zorafang's ones tip. Don't play ones. It'll save you. Great shot. Kabeelio resets. Such a long drive.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is the level of shot that you've got to get on target with Kirks. Like, you have to be getting power on it. You have to be exacting a good shot on target, or you're going to get punished, especially by a player with Kirks' defensive abilities. But well done to Cab for executing it. He's executed a couple of plays. As I said, I don't mind this route when Kirks is back and when he's confident and has space and time. But he needs to be prepared to face the music if he doesn't get a shot that he would like on target.
Yeah, Kev's looking really good here in game number 2. It feels like Kev has brought the same game in game number 1. He's just doing better at it in every regard. Another outstanding play, great 50. Game number 1, Kirksy would have won that clean. Kabeelio draws up beauty here in the Fennec and secures goal number 5. And what a turnaround from game number 1.
You can definitely see the nerves
RL, welcome to stream.
Being completely shaken off by Kabeelio. Kirksy on the back foot this time around.
Yeah, I think he has measured himself a little bit more. I think he had a little moment, didn't he, at the start of the game again?
He did.
Where he went at full aggro, but I think he has measured himself a little bit better now. He's got Kirks to back off a little bit more, which, you know, you have to achieve as a 1v1 player. Good 1v1 players don't just back off without good reason.
What a shot.
Jeez, hasn't taken Kev long to get in the groove, has it? Game number 2, looking a completely transformed player from game number 1.
Incredible shot. Oh my.
Some better challenges as well. Some better challenges coming out from here. That again was a good challenge where it just popped out, and I think Kirks was defending his own net, but he was the aggressor in that challenge, and he got punished for it. Another really good shot from Kev. Yeah.
How good is this from Kev? This is exactly what Full Tilt's about. We see it quite often. We see one player absolutely dominate game number 1. The other player come back and make a statement as the series goes on. Kev, we're not even 3 minutes in. 7 goals on the board. Looking unstoppable at the moment, putting in a huge performance here in game number 2. Misses this one, though. Give you a race here. Kirks ends up shooting it wide. Chase the boost. Kev doesn't even get the pad on the retreat there. He's going to have to take pads and stay really close to Kirks. Really dangerous here. Draws a 50 to Kirks, but it goes wide. Kev will follow it into the corner. Kirksy in a commanding position here. Gets a flick over the top. Should be able to follow this. Can't quite. Well done by Kev to keep it out. Will be able to secure the corner boost as well. Kirks is going to have to draw a challenge. Does. The ball's going to bounce kindly for Kirks, and the recovery.
Oh my!
Well
Kirksy toys around with it. I'm not sure Kirksy knew that Kabeelio had absolutely minced the recovery there on return. I think Kirksy was trying to fake. I just assumed that Kev would have been there quicker. And what a catastrophe it is for Kirks as the 8th goal is secured by Kev.
Complete turnaround in game number 2. Kabeelio looking like the powerhouse in this match. But I don't think Kirksy out of this series. Kabeelio doing exactly what he needs to do on these challenges. Coming in for the Doomsy. Scores it. straight out wide off the backboard and just finds the ball to dunk it into the net. Kirksy did not expect it, didn't even jump in the attempt. Kabeelio looking very awkward off that backboard, but he found the way.
Yeah,
it was a mirror image, isn't it, of game number 1 in reverse?
Yeah, legit. Scorelines could still exactly be the same. Plenty of time to make that a reality. But yeah, it's like you said, and especially that, especially the challenge there. Or as I say that, I was gonna say, Keb, the challenge that he got where he the 50s that he's got where he's just pinned Kirks has been that. Yeah, that has been complete contrast to the way he was challenging in game number 1. As I say that, he does throw a wild one there, but I think Kirks did well there. I think that's not so much on Cab. When it's very hard in ones to when you get put into a position where positions where you have to pick an option that the opponent has and try and, you know, yeah, you get forced to pick what are they going to go do. Are they going to go high? Are they going to go low? You know, it's anyone's guess. Like that's where pro players get scored on as well, where they're forced to cover one option and hope that they pick right.
That's exactly right. It does come down to the percentages.
Yeah, I wonder. We discussed it before the game, didn't we? Or we found out before the game that these guys played a bit of ranked right before the series started. It's probably the worst possible result running into each other. I've had this happen before, right before a crew battles game, where you get with your team and your crew, you queue. My words, the words are hard, bro. Honestly, when you queue a game and you actually run into your opponents in the match you're about to play, and it feels like a terrible thing. It feels like you're giving away your hand in a lot of ways when you actually play that match. And I wonder if that's what's happened here a little bit as well. Like, Kirksy did, spoiler, win the ranked game that they queued into each other, and then Kirksy came out swinging in game number 1 as well. But has that given Kabeelio that little bit of extra time to get the pieces together here and work out exactly what's required to take the dub? We saw game number 2. The scoreline is fairly modest for Kirksy here. I think Kabeelio dominated the game here. And the last minute or so, Kirksy was able to get back into the contest a little bit, make the scoreline look a little bit better than perhaps the gameplay was in the end. Not sure what your thoughts are.
Well, Kirksy definitely generated some momentum. You could see him fall off in the early and mid game in game number 2, but generating that momentum going into game 3 is extremely important for Kirksy, given that Kabeelio all of a sudden looks like a completely different player. Everything is just hitting for Kabeelio at the moment. Incredible skill displayed out there on the field.
To go and grab the birthday KFC. Happy birthday, Zora Fang. Big
birthday,
respect
dirty
for
bird.
KFC. Let's go. Did you grab one of their cheesecakes as well? You might as well have. I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah. No, you're not too late, Brown. You're actually all tied up here. Come in at 1-1.
Happy birthday, Zora.
Well done to Cab. It's the early kickoff, earns the early goal. Yeah, definitely. Look, I did say that if he's going to go the aerial route, he's got to get it right, and I think he's done just that. To be honest, he showed that he had it in the tank. We had a couple of shots that didn't quite hit the mark with him, but I think he was able to recover. I don't recall that he got directly punished as the attempt after an aerial attempt, if it directly resulted in a goal, which is, you know, if you're going to go the aerial route, that is your aim. You don't get punished even if your shot doesn't quite find its mark, which Kev did really well in terms of that, in terms of his game style.
It's a really confidence-based game plan as well, isn't it? When you lean on mech, you feel like you really need to get that working for you early to maximize the effect and to keep that rolling through the series. Kev really came out swinging with mech there in game number 2 and executed very, very well. We saw a bit of mech from Kirksy as well in game number 1. Not a slouch in that department himself, but it's going to be an interesting watch as this series progresses. We have 2 very distinct game plans going into this from 2 different players. Kabeelio has the first lead of the encounter leads by 1 goal. Players tied up 1 game apiece. Keb takes the kickoff here. Mech available here into the top corner. Kirksy can't intercept. Probably jumped a little bit too late for the challenge. Kirksy had Kabeelio, sorry, had a few options here. Threatened to reset, didn't, just took the ball into the far corner, out of the reach of Kirksy. He was a little bit too slow to respond. And it's another fast start for Kabeelio.
Yeah, it's interesting how the metas play out as well. You can see Kirksy's challenge there. I don't think it was wrong so much because by waiting on that challenge, you're covering the reset and the air dribble bump. I think by going early, you're only covering the air dribble. Unfortunately for Kirks, that is exactly what Cab ended up going for in the end. How many times did we see it? I'm driven back to Riz obviously remembers the Zella series, as I think we already brought it up a little bit earlier. How many times did Zella just score from just air dribbles? And I think people were afraid of, people didn't challenge him because they were afraid of something else, taking place.
Shot.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good shout, actually. You've absolutely sparked my memory on that one. He did, and he got everyone as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he got so many
people.
people.
Victim to it just so often. He just took the ball into the air and just accelerated through and caught so many off guard. You're exactly right.
Yeah, because a lot of people think I'm very comfortable at defending the air dribble, but only if you expect that that's what's going to come.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of them, like I'm not a high-ranked player myself, I'm not going to pretend to be, but I think a lot of them do sort of wait for that final touch, don't they? They wait down and they wait for their moment to challenge when they think that the player has lost control or given their final touch of the ball. So I guess that's where Zella was really smart there, where he kept accelerating through the ball. He never had a final touch. Instead, the players that ended up flat-footed, he just accelerated the ball hard over the top. And you're right, he scored so many goals against such quality opposition through that big run. And it was such a key component in his success as well, wasn't it?
Oh, massively, yeah. It was such a, it was a lot of his goals. And yeah, we kept seeing it time and time again, them just wait down. And yeah, I think it's 100% trying to cover the reset and the air dribble bump, like two major staples of ones at the moment. Like if they get the reset, when are they going to use the flip? Are they going to go air dribble bump? I've got to wait on my challenge. I've got to try and, get them past the ball or try and go over the top of it. You can't, if you insta-challenge a good air dribble bump, you lose every time. And it's a big staple of ones.
Kirksy
will bring it back here.
Will come through for the equalizer. The second equalizer that's come through from the man himself. Kabeelio punished once again. You can see Kirksy evolving throughout game number 3 here. Kabeelio definitely looking extremely strong in the air. But Kirksy will use strategy and brain to get through it. Going for Mech himself, looks for the fake, gets the read on the touch coming off Kabeelio. Gains boost priority. Kabeelio coming straight off that wall, banging it to the corner. Kirksy will gain possession though. We're still at 4 apiece at 2 minutes 30 remaining. Kabeelio looking for the touch on target, but Kirksy will find it, and Kabeelio will find Kirksy. Eliminated Kabeelio with all the time in the world here. Cab, will they go? They opt for the dropping. They opt to drop the ball. Wow, I forgot how to speak for a moment there. It's contagious.
Wait, guys, I haven't got it yet. When am I going to get it? It's coming. It's coming. I know it's coming. I've done this before.
Interesting this, isn't it? With it's such a dominant game from Kirksy in game number 1, such a dominant game from Kabeelio in game number 2, and locked up at 4 apiece here in game number 3. What a series we've got on our hands.
Yeah, we saw it a lot during crew battles, didn't we? Some crew battles games played out like this, where you had a couple of polarizing games, and then this isn't the last game, but the last game, like one of the penultimate games where we were locked up, ended up being an absolute dogfight.
You'd love to see it. Love to see it. Kirksy and Kabeelio going head to head here. Kabeelio does nibble away at the heels of Kirksy and does establish a lead. 100 seconds left in game number 3. You feel like this is an important game as well. The winner will be on double match point. The loser will be fighting Kabeelio. Conflicted in the back of the net. He went, I think, for the in and out. from the initial glance there, decided that was a terrible option and abandoned it. No, he actually tried to recover off the back of the net. You see the... I don't know. What happened there, Bruce? Help me out.
I think his potential was to actually do... how would I describe it? A reverse squishy. So you actually jump onto the ceiling of your own net and accelerate out of the bottom rather than out of the top. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say, but couldn't.
Yeah, it's like, so basically a reverse squishy set. I don't know if that was the thought process. That looked like what it was maybe attempted. But yeah, I think he realized that he wasn't. I think he realized he didn't have as much time as he wanted, and Kirks just had the acceleration through the ball. He might take the lead here again. That's well done by Kabeelio. Get back with a little boost, but Kirks again. We've seen this a couple of times, haven't we? Kirks controlling both of the corner boosts, trying to draw the mistake from a low boost Kabeelio.
One's craft here from Kirksy, just looking to hoover up all the boosts, but actually trails over Kabeelio's back corner there and misses the spawn. Kabeelio, as a result, now has ball possession over the top again, just accelerates the ball into the net. Kirksy, again, unsure when the final touch will be made. And as you touched on earlier, Breezy, it's that air dribble, the acceleration over the top that catches players out so often, and what a critical goal it is in the context of the series.
He's done well. Again, the air dribble just coming through. Kirks did wait for that final touch, like you said earlier. He waited for that final touch, and Theo just had one more in the tank, and that was enough.
Kirksy will come through for the equalizer at 10 seconds remaining. The Giga Brain play by Kirksy just finds his spot. He was not going down without a fight. Kirksy is here to win. Kabeelio will not walk away from this competition without sweat pouring down his face. This is full tilt.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. It's something worth touching on as well. Every match is an elimination match. There are no second chances in full tilt. There is no cushion that we have in crew battles. Every match for the entirety of the tournament is elimination. The winner of this one will face the winner of Fantasy and Blast. It's absolutely astounding to hear that Fantasy is in the bottom group, but Luminel, there's no way around it, really. Fantasy sitting in high champ 3 on the ranked leaderboard and lost to Mers in the last full tilt. Sees him in the qualifying group. Incredible stuff.
Yeah. There's a bit of discussion on the mental in the chat going on, which is interesting. Where it's hard for Kirks to get the mental back after, I want to save. It's hard for Kirks to get the mental back after being so ahead in game number 1. But I was like, also in this game in particular, it'd be hard mentally on Kabeelio watching Kirks equalize time and time again. And just, not take any sort of commanding lead in this game. This is the first game where neither player has had a commanding lead for the whole time.
Yeah, I think it's been goal for goal the entire game, right?
Oh,
Kirks, he'll be
tragic.
He'll be disappointed there.
Excellent play coming from Kabeelio. You have to respect it, Kirksy. He was in such a good spot. Absolutely tragic for Kirksy.
Yeah, he'd be really disappointed with that. Breezy touched on it as it happened. I think, flip reset for Kabeelio, but the execution realistically at this level was rather poor. He hit it straight at Kirksy, who was waiting in net, but Kirksy had washed off all of his speed and was unable to keep the ball out of the net. It's one of those positions as well where you fancy if Kirksy had have made an effective touch to clear that ball, Kabeelio was going to be in trouble. He was low on boosts. The flip reset would have had him in a poor recovery position. But Kirksy was unable to effect the save, and Kabeelio has taken game number 3 and holds a 1-match advantage. Will have double match points to advance to the second round.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think Kirks was scoring there if Kabeelio, if he pulled off the save. I think he actually misflipped. I think it looked like he flipped sideways, but the wrong diagonal, like flipped back towards his own goal instead of away from it.
Yeah, he went left
I might need to see
instead
the
of right.
Yeah, and I think that ended up not getting the power on the ball to get it away. But yeah, 100%. I think Kirks was scoring off of that if if he exacted the save, which again he'll be upset with himself, and it'll be interesting to see if the mental bounces back from a mistake like that, because it can be very damaging in the ones arena.
Kirksy, the fortress of mentality. Will they be able to take it back against Kabeelio, who is looking extremely strong? Double match point. Kirksy, very little boost here. Staying close to that ball. Kabeelio overcharged on the 200. Gets the reset. Pops it high. Kirksy is up for the defense. Gets the bump. Stops Kabeelio's onslaught. Kabeelio gets it around Kirksy. Kirksy on 0. Kabeelio scuffed their recovery, giving Kirksy some time. He's up early. Gets the pinch towards the corner. Bounces straight back into Kabeelio. Great positioning coming from Kabeelio. Doesn't get the touch that they wanted. Kirksy forced to back away with 0 boost. Kabeelio grabbing that corner. Into the center he goes. The ball is extremely high. Kirksy needs to get to this ball.
Kirksy.
A little bit shallow. Kirksy, he really needed that touch. Kabeelio was ready for the read. Kirksy not able to land. Tragic, excellent play coming from Kabeelio. Did not miss a beat and takes the lead.
Interesting play from him, wasn't it? I think he really caught. Kirks off with that heavy touch off the. I think Kirks was so expecting the air dribble again that he was really thrown off by that heavy touch. Not sure if he had boost. Maybe he didn't have a lot of boost, so the early jump was probably panic more than anything else, because the ball actually ended up low, didn't it? It dipped so much and it just went under it on top of his bar in the end, didn't it?
Ooh, that's exactly right.
Shadowing, Getmer's coaching help, shadowing. Drifted a little too far away from that one.
Kirksy really did find his pocket there. Actual punishment. Kirksy's out with the whip. 1-2, Kirksy. 1 goal deficit, Kabeelio. Which way will this go? The last game was so close. A hair's breadth, one could say. Kirksy will just roll that ball straight in. Excellent catch coming from Kirksy. Equalized.
And he would love the last 30 seconds back, wouldn't he? That's not... he's worked so hard to put himself into the position he's in this series. And 2-0 up at the start of game number 4. Match point on offer here. The victory has given away a couple of cheap ones. Kirksy will be very, very happy with that, but Kabeelio will be a little bit disappointed. A bit of possession here. Going to have to give it away. Good. Oh, he's giving it straight back. They trade possession in the midfield. Oh, I thought it was good play from Keb. Stayed really close to the ball, but that touch was tragic. There was no good follow-up to that whatsoever. I was going to say, good close play from Keb. Almost saw Kirksy off of it, but as soon as that touch was made in the midfield, it was Kirksy's ball, and it's Kirksy's goal, and he's found 3 in a row. And Keb now going to have to dig deep.
Yeah, he, not sure if it was a bit of panic. I feel like he, not sure whether that jump was defending an insta-challenge that never came from Kirks. Kirks just had a very heavy touches here. Yeah, I think he'd be a bit annoyed about that. He has a prime opportunity there to punish Kabeelio again. Kirks, he enjoys a fake there as well. You see that position from Kirks that he just had on the sidewall. From having seen Kirks before, I honestly strayed away as the defender there. I know him. I know him better than Kabeelio does, but I was never under any illusion that Kirks was going to do anything there but fake the ball. So, a big fan of when he gets the ball in the air. His first thought, I think, is to drop it low, try and exact a 50. As well to read that though. Heavy challenge from Kabeelio, and Kirks punishes.
Kirksy really is playing the capitalist game. He's capitalizing on every opportunity. This is the Kirksy that we have seen in game number 1. The Kirksy that you want to see in this competition. Kabeelio, though, will come through to bridge the gap. 2 minutes 40 remaining.
I hate these games. Yeah, this is a real arm wrestle, this one, isn't it? We talked about it before at the start. Nothing's changed from the first couple of games here. Kirksy, we talked about, started really strong. Then Keb just wrestled the momentum back, and now it looks like it almost belongs to Kirksy again. We could be headed to a nail-biter of a Game 5. He's given the possession away here and committed heavily to the far corner as Kev turns and shoots and scores, and we're back level.
That's a devastating one by Cab on Kirk's air dribble attempt. He got the ball over the top as well, but it sends him so far forwards that, and it's the worst thing in the world when the ball, when you go that far forwards and the ball just comes off your opponent's backboard. Like, there's just no coming back from that. And a good delayed kickoff as well. I said we hadn't seen any kickoff stuff. That's the first one I've seen. A big delay from Cab to steal a goal off Kirks, essentially. Kirks just with the standard speed flip kickoff. It does counter that very well if you can exact the touch.
Oh, Kirksy
coming out, he missed it. Oh, Kirks has just wiggled his way through, hasn't he?
Kirksy is an actual fortress. There was not one bead of sweat coming off his head when Kabeelio was coming in for that. Kirksy knew exactly what to do. The Giga Brain comes out. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. Just cool and calm and collected under pressure. Kirksy did not take the bait.
You know what's incredible here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but have we been through nearly 4 entire games of 1v1 Rocket League and not seen a single demo?
Yeah, you're right. I don't. Yeah, there hasn't been a demo as far as I'm aware. Not even a spin out bump. I don't think. I don't even think there's been.
Don't you stress your mind.
One. Yeah.
The big knobster's on the way. Don't you worry, mate.
It's in the mail. It's in the post, boys. Don't you worry.
It'll balance it back out. I'm sure you're right. You've got a very good point there, Ross.
Yeah, I think we've seen some bumps off of an air dribble, where maybe, but you know, it's always hard to tell with those whether it was an intentional bump or whether, you know, they just got to the ball late and took the man instead.
Ooh.
Instead, it does happen. That was an interesting touch from Kabeelio's car. But yeah, it's very hard to tell if that's the case with those particular ones. But yeah, we've seen no ground bumps or demos of any kind really. The air dribble bump was actually first attempt we've seen of any that sort of play from Cab, and Kirksy defended it very well. He might think twice about doing it again unless he gets the ball a little higher. The ball was dropping on him for that attempted air dribble bump.
Oh, he's missed out.
Kirksy was in a really good spot. Oh, here comes a demo. No demo for Kabeelio, but he gets scored on. Oh my, you could see that he really wanted that demo, but Kirksy just avoids it. Bangs it on target.
Just ran out of steam, didn't he? Or he got hold of Kirks. Kirks was well aware of the danger. That's the one sprain again now. Kirks was well aware that he was in danger. Did well to avoid it.
Kirksy's just been unable to maintain the lead, though, hasn't he? It feels like he's led nearly all game. Kabeelio just keeps biting back. There'll be a little bit of nerves going on with Kirksy here at the moment. Needs to secure this game and the next to advance in the tourney. 1 goal only between the 2 players. 40 seconds left. Low boost for Kirks. The race for the corner is on. It's Kabeelio's. Kabeelio will take the ball. Full boost, Kirksy has none, and a dangerous setup here for Kev. Can't quite execute the flip reset the way you'd like. Kirksy needs to keep the ball out here, does well, hanging on to this narrow lead. Heading into the final 20 seconds, Kev will need to score 15 seconds into the final 10, the first demo of the game. Kirksy
plays for time, let's go.
You love to see it. Kabeelio does well here. Has to shadow that, hoping that Kirks gives the ball away. Kirksy, having none of it, has the lead. Time is on his side and plays it to perfection. Kabeelio has been defeated in game number 4, and we are going to game number 5.
Beautifully done by Kirksy. Beautifully done.
It was a proper I'm sick of your shit SWAT, wasn't it, from Kirks?
That's for sure.
And
you ask and you shall receive.
100%.
He not the scoreline in the end actually very reflective of the game. Kirks actually pulled 3 goals ahead there by the end.
Yeah, it would have been heartbreak for Kirks had he dropped that game. Really good display, good comeback there. It's been such an arm wrestler, as we've talked about all series long. We deserved a game 5. The players deserved a game 5. It's all going to come down to the final game. Who's your money on? I know Rosh will not give me an answer. Breezy might.
I mean, you've already lost Kirks if it's not a best of 5. I'm probably going to go Kirks. I reckon he's got it in the tank. I reckon he's he might just switch it up a bit here, and maybe I don't know if Brown Stickman's shot him a message in the dark. He's here in the chat now and gone, yo, demo this guy, get this guy off the field. I know it's not as much Kirks's style as well. Well, it is and it isn't. I feel like Kirks, like when I've played against him, he has chased for the demos when he's behind, when he's just slightly behind the man. It's not something we've seen too much of him in these games, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes for that.
Did you actually give us an answer there, Breezy? I'm not sure.
I said Kirks. I said I think Kirks has just about got it in the tank. Like potentially, I think the one's brain could come out for him. Then again, if Cab decides to absolutely pop off with his mech, there's I don't think there's a lot that anybody can really do about it other than sit and admire.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
Here, I feel like whoever can develop an early lead here, if any of them, they will be difficult to beat. Kirksy has that game style, doesn't he? Where he's just got to, if he does generate a lead here, he seems like he's got the play style just to force Kabeelio to do things that are going to make him really uncomfortable. Kirksy can get a couple of goals on the board early. Kabeelio will really need to be at his very best to break Kirksy down.
Yeah, well, you saw at the end of that game, didn't you, how Kirks ended up 3 goals up by the end of it, and I think that was, Kirks definitely thrived when Kabeelio felt like he was under pressure. Kabeelio for real has very much looked at his most comfortable when the scoreline's been close. As soon as he was forced to put into a position where he had to do something, Kirks was able to big brain him out of the game.
Kirksy gets the immaculate save. Ball goes very high here. Kirksy able to get it over Kabeelio. Kabeelio will send himself flying. Kirksy with all the time in the world will find bottom right pocket. Yes, big brain indeed. Big brain. Kirksy, dyslexic art strikes again. I still think that is an incredible name. Kabeelio, a 2-goal deficit, but plenty of time on the board to bring it back with all of those mechanics under their belt. Kabeelio will come through for the musty. Thwarted by Kirksy. He's going to come up for something himself. Kabeelio does really well to save that one.
Kirks wanted to drop it down there on purpose. Ball went really high. You see his camera angle was very tilted, wasn't it? Very tilted up. Couldn't see the net. I think he always intended on dropping it down there. When he saw that Kabeelio was back, he gave up on the play, even though it probably did look like a juicy setup. But he just beats clean off the corner there. Kabeelio having to read that very quickly. Difficult read there. You see how he turns. See where he turned there? I think if he turns towards the net after the boost, he's okay there. But he turns towards the play instead, and Kirks punishes very well. Thanks, bro. I can comment a lot on Kirks because I've seen him play a lot of ones, and I've known him for a long time, so I can speak to Kirks's mindset and his decision making a lot of the time. You see him there, very smart. Kabeelio again. Just seeing a few mistakes creep through, aren't we? Like we saw at the end of the last game when he has to do something, when he's being forced to make plays to get himself back into the game. A few small mistakes creeping out. As I say that, it's missed out on the flip. Nearly gets punished.
He's able to recover. Now Kabeelio is on that back foot. Does get a great touch though, coming out. Kirksy, the control coming from Kirksy. It's as if this is not the deciding match. Kirksy is looking very, very clean with it. As if there is nothing on the line. Kirksy has found their Zen state.
This is going to be so hard for Kabeelio from here, isn't it? What a series he's played, but Kirksy is just looking so strong here in game number 5. Just has the one's mental under control. Kabeelio is going to have to dig really deep now to bite back into this lead. 0 goals on the board through half the game. He's given up another one to Kirksy here. Surely any boost will be enough for Kirksy. Bit of fancy footwork and secures the 6th. And Kabeelio may have been dealt a fatal blow here. This is a big ask.
2 minutes is a long time. 6 goals could be bridged, I should say, if Kirksy doesn't continue to just absolutely hammer the nail that is Kabeelio in. He cannot let up. He must continue to score or Kabeelio will bring it back.
It's a mountain to climb from here. Especially against a defensive player who's very confident at seeing games out. It's an absolute mammoth task that you set for them to get back into this. Everything that he does from here on out, including potential aerial plays, has to be perfect.
It doesn't feel like Kirksy's done. It doesn't feel like Kirksy's gone a lot out of his way here, game number 5, does it, to score these goals? Feels like he's just played simple mind game ones, just taken the opportunities when they've come and just waited it down. Real smart game here from Kirksy.
Oh Jesus! That would have been disgusting if he'd have exacted that.
I will say there's definitely nothing simple around these plays. They're just perfectly timed. Coming from Kirksy, Kabeelio will find his first goal in game number 5. But yeah, Kirksy is definitely playing an efficient, intelligent game here, not taking any risks, keeping the percentages high. The odds have to be in Kirksy's favor. And this is the result. 1 minute 43 remaining. Kabeelio on the back foot, but they're not letting up. They're not giving up. Kabeelio's mental is extremely strong. You have to respect it. Getting that second goal. 1 minute 33 remaining.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if Kabeelio does manage to find some momentum here and already has a little bit behind him already, going to make things very icy for Kirksy really quick. There's still 90 seconds left in this game. 8-0 was the scoreline. There's 6 goals between the players now. Kabeelio gives this one away. Can Kirksy capitalise again? The second demo of the series. The second goal on its behalf. And 9-2 now the margin. 7 goals now the margin. Again, Kirksy just doing everything right. Kabeelio had a little bit of momentum. I was just about to say it's going to be difficult for Kirksy if Kabeelio does start to get it rolling. There was still enough time, but Kirksy breaks through. The momentum is gone. Kabeelio is back to the drawing board.
Yeah, there we go. That was the throwaway that kind of concedes it there. But we saw that just prior to the previous goal, that Kabeelio had a massive chance to get an aerial shot on target. But like we saw, I think Kabeelio missed a touch, didn't he? Off like the body of his car, and it's those are the sort of mistakes that creep in when you know you have to be perfect, when you know you have a mammoth task ahead of you. Because he'd been so good in the air up to that stage, we hadn't seen too many mistakes from him, too many complete like aerial whiff touches. We saw one there. We're gonna see. I was gonna say, are we gonna see a little bit of mech from Kirksy? No, we're gonna see. It's a good shot though. Snipes the top bins. He has 11 now.
Yeah, we still have the Flikza versus Knob encounter to come after this one. Drunk Fun, welcome to the stream. How are you, mate? Long time no see. We'll play some games with you this break, by the way, if you are listening.
Oh, are we keeping you, Riz? Sorry. Joking.
Great shots.
GG's? Yeah, possibly. 12 goals on the board to Kirksy. Kabeelio is going to see it out, possibly Might be heading into that time where the players are looking for the clips, the opportunities to show people what kind of mechanical prowess they have. Here goes Kabeelio with the first attempt. Kirksy says, not today. This is the Kirksy show. He's going to take it across. Going to go for his own. To the corner here. Uses both jumps there. As Kirks had to land the quick reset to make anything happen there. Kabeelio will just score and send us to another kickoff because why not?
Yeah, it was a good effort from him.
Last goal wins, GG.
It was a good effort, Brown. But yeah, I feel like in the end, the better or the more experienced ones player won out, but definitely a very solid effort from Cab. No doubt about it. When he found his mech in games 2 and 3, he looked like a very scary individual.
Yeah, Keb seems like a really friendly person as well, to be honest. Every interaction I've had with Keb has been so wholesome, and you see in the chat the GGs around, the well played. They shake hands, as you do in the real world in sports, and they move on. Kirksy will advance. Kirksy will face the winner, as we touched on earlier, the winner of Fantasy versus Blast. It sounds ridiculous. The way it just sounds wrong. But anyway, he will play the winner of Fantasy versus Blast. What do you make of that one, Breezy?
Yeah, I know. I mean, anybody who's an OG of the Discord will be in dismay that where Fantasy is. Based on his pedigree, but obviously it is an evolving game and an evolving player base, and it'll be a tough game for Blast. I think it'll have to show he has been working on his ones, and I think he is improving massively as a player. I really respect Blast, but it will be a difficult game. Fantasy already occupying a very, very good standard himself.
Yeah, it's a strange one. They actually both sit at the same rank in ones, and that's probably not really reflective of what Fantasy can do, but it's difficult to overlook. And I think Blast is one of those players, we see it often in crew battles, and I think people get caught out a little bit when we announce teams and whatever, and they think, oh, Blast seems a little bit weak, but Blast is a very strong player and a very adaptable player, and he is very solid in all 3 game modes, so Fantasy's going to have to look out.
Sure.
As of now, we will be looking for Nobo and Flikza.
Indeed. Are they on the game?
Yes, sir. I'm just going to invite both of them now.
Okay.
We'll have to send the. It always feels horrible kicking the other players, doesn't it? Actually, it's got to be Rosh. Rosh is the party leader. Sorry, Rosh. Just a little bit more for you to do. I've brought the other players in, but when you get things ready, we will. Looks like the other players have got the hint. Very nice. Never mind. Cancel that. Prediction on the board, Froggo, thank you very much. We have the Nobo versus Flikza. For those that have been around the server, I guess in any capacity, they will be familiar with Nobo. He spent a long time around here as the grand champion of 1v1s. He's got a very unique game style. And he will be taking on Flikza, who in the first edition of Full Tilt was actually in the elite group. Took a game off Zella from memory. And very dangerous player. And we talked about it a little bit before stream. We will see 2 very conflicting game styles here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, apologies. I minimized I minimized the thing by accident, the video, and I forgot I can't do that. Might be. Yeah, back. It'll be a very interesting one. Like you said, 2 opposing players in terms of playstyle. Very different players are Nobo and Flikza. So it'll be interesting to get that contrast out of them and see which one wins out.
Will Nob out tilt Flikza? Will Flikza adapt and get around the playstyle that is Nob? Such an iconic playstyle of you, as you've said many times, Riz, coming from
Nob.
the big Nob.
Honestly, I actually love both these guys. Flikza's very wholesome character as well. I've got a lot of time for both of these characters. It's going to be a shame to see one of them eliminated from the tournament. We talk about conflicting playstyles. I do think that Flikza is heavy on the edgeable bumps. I think we saw it a lot in the last edition of Full Tilt. We see Nobber is very ground tilt based. Flikza will bring the air tilt. It's going to be a very interesting encounter between the two players.
Yep,
Interesting
very
indeed.
much looking forward to it. It should be good. We've not seen much of Nob as well. Obviously, his unfortunate omission from crew battles due to personal circumstances, which we fully understand. Unavailability mainly. But yeah, it's good to get him back on stream. Massive OG of the Discord.
Such a wholesome character as well, isn't he? We say it every time Nobbo's involved in anything. But
yeah, until you get him in a ranked game. different beast.
Mate, so good.
So we're going to kick off with Nob versus Flikza. Here it comes, the second series of the evening, the final series of the evening. I have to say, I'm loving this stream deck. I am loving this.
Yeah, we told you. So Riz convinced me to get one, and it was like a massive game changer for crew battles. And like when you was like, oh, I don't have one, but I can get it on my phone. I was like, right, use it.
I feel a bit silly for not getting onto it sooner. Nob actually initiates with the fake kickoff.
Nobbo's brought the tilt to full tilt.
He's brought it in. The classic.
I love it. Love it from Nobo. Nothing will beat Zella. Nothing. I'm adamant though that there is no car design exists that would beat Zella's. Zella's absolute tilt wagon. And I say wagon because of those fucking wheels. Oh, Flikza and the pogo. Nob misses out on the shot. See, this is what we're gonna get from Flikza. He's not gonna pull half measures, is he, when he comes to this sort of stuff?
Nob wins the preset battle. I also don't think that Nob actually backers mods over the top of it. That is what Nobbo sees.
Yeah, that's what he sees. Yeah.
Oh God.
Outstanding form, Nobbo, as per usual. It's Flikza.
Oh, he's caught him out.
Shot.
Oh, no respect from Flikza given to the touch from Nobbo on the sidewall. Nobbo has not been playing a lot of Rocket League, but he's started reasonably well here. And he's given Flikza some things to think about.
It's a very Nob shot right there.
Nothing fancy, is it? There's never anything fancy with Nobbo. It's the basics. It's the basics done very well.
Yeah, if you were to ask me quintessential Nob, it would be the slow down on the ground into the accelerate, and it would be that. It would be the sidewall banks, the sidewall pops. It's just where he just draws you in, doesn't he? Draws you in, and then he wants to just suddenly accelerate the ball. He's just that right distance away from the ball that he can flip into it. See him get another beat here and score his second and take the lead.
Yeah, just give Flikza a hot minute while he adjusts the contrast of his monitor so he's not blinded by Nobbo's car. I'm sure he'll come good. He finds himself a goal down here. Nobbo secures the corner boost. Flikza's going to hang around. It's a good shot for Ty, and Nob will take it away. He ends up sending himself away from the play. Flikza will secure the corner boost.
I knew you'd rear your head, Wolftick, as soon as we sat Flikza on. I knew you'd rear your head in the chat as soon as Flikza came on.
Jeez, interesting challenge there in the midfield, wasn't it? Nob, Flikza backed all the way away. Nob just hung around, drawing the challenge. Nobbo moving in quick here. He's going to secure the corner boost as well. Flikza will be on pads in defence. Nobbo will let this one ride, but will play the long game here. Half a tank of boost in the midfield. Will cut middle. Flikza will secure the corner. Nob's going to get one chance at this. He fires bottom corner, and just Flikza just keeps it out. It was classic Nobbo execution, just waiting for that corner to open up. Flikza did really well to get the flip, to clear it out, and travels the ball all the way downfield and secures his second and the equaliser. It's a good contest on Influence, lads.
Yeah, very good. Good control there from Flikza as well. Like, Nob thought he very much had the half flip challenge ready and available. But Flikza, very good ground control to swipe it around him, and yeah, we've got a contest.
Oh, dang, Flikza.
Very, very good. It took them 4 games in the last series. It took them 2.5 minutes in this one.
Oh, he bumped Nob into the save there. I think that was going in.
All part of Nob's grand strategy, for sure. Releases the ball here. Flikza will gain control. Goes to the side. Reads it off the backboard. Straight into the net. The 1-goal lead to Flikza in game number 1. We've definitely seen some coined Nob plays. Flikza coming through with their own.
This is where Flikza's dangerous as well. He's so good at these.
What a
round,
shot.
corner in.
Oh, what a shot.
Keep it out.
Oh god.
That was
He's
incredible.
so good at generating something from nothing, Flikza. If you give him space and time and boost, he can always make it work. He gets the ball on target. Nob just at the mercy of the bounce there, wasn't he? And Flikza's opened up a sizable gap now.
Sure, that was pretty vile as well. Just to add insult to injury as well, just to waste a little bit of time on the clock while the ball slowly made its way in.
Oh.
Probably not quite the contact that Flikza wanted, but it was enough to confuse a dazed Nob.
Yeah, you can tell he
tried to
went
work
for
it
like
out.
the flip. He went for the flip to try and pop it up really high. We got you, Zora. We got you, bro. Say less.
There we go. There's the kickoff strats.
Down. I've got no shame.
I've got no shame. I know you have. One of your rewards was bikini stream. We were well aware of your lack of shame. Like, oh, well done. Gets the breezy just for good effect at the end. Oh, but trying to draw Flikza in. Flikza very much aware of that fact. He could. I think the fact that didn't work is Flikza could see Nob. Nob was not hidden behind the ball as much as he would have wanted. Flikza takes a fairly commanding lead in game number 1.
Oh, great return by Nob. The recovery coming from Flikza. Oh, Nob was playing for the demo, but Flikza just did not die. The brick wall of... Oh, Nob! Oh, what a play!
Actual garbage goal. It's typical Nob stuff, isn't it?
Just
are in the right position.
Just go away. Properly. He has that vibe about him. For real. Oh, I see another delayed kickoff. We've got no acceleration. As a result. Oh, well done. Well weighted.
Oh, he's missed.
Steve Bunny White, yeah. You can see the quick chat not very fast. The quick chat puts him on
It's
the
the
wall.
demo. Flikza comes back on the far side and he saves it.
What is going on?
It's tragic for Nob.
I can hear him as well. And the funny
Flikza.
part is I can hear him in his own head.
There was so much frustration in that last challenge from Nob as well. I think Flikza actually took it wide, pretty confident with his lead. I suppose there's only 20 seconds left. There's still 3 goals between the 2 players. Nobo's going to be a pest here as well. Done by Flikza to keep him at bay for the time being. Try and bring it around. Flikza's playing this really well. Looks confident in the contest. Flikza. Damon is the favourite. Will secure game number 1. Nobo has plenty more to offer for those that have seen him play once. They'll know that Nobo has plenty more up his sleeve than what he delivered there in game number 1. Good showing from both players, and Flikza secures the first game.
Great showing, great showing. Now, happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Happy
Jesus.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zora Fang.
Zora. Happy birthday to you.
Jesus. No.
Hooray!
Someone do it. There's such heavy carrying in this song, bro. You guys
Hooray! Nah, man, I tried, bro.
Bro,
like the audio
I'm not
desync
here.
was
People-
cooking me hard.
You tried.
People-
It's
I
not
did,
I
you
tried.
It's not
I
what you
said-
do.
people's windows cost money, all right, man. They don't need to hear this.
I'm so sorry that didn't get finished, sorry. We came so close too. We committed so hard.
We did not commit hard. We did not commit hard to that. I'm not having that at
I
all.
committed hard. All right, I committed hard.
I'm not
I
having
committed
that
too,
at
all right? Regardless, RZA just couldn't deliver, all right? RZA just could not deliver.
Man, I'm not taking the L on that. No way.
100% Riz
No
L, bro.
way. You
RZA,
started it as well, you rat.
That
right? You started it.
That actually was like that was one enthusiastic person holding the other two at gunpoint.
Even started.
Tears streaming down their eyes. Happy birthday.
I tried my best. I couldn't get the tempo, bro.
Tempo.
I couldn't get the tempo.
Sorry.
Tempo.
Sorry, Riz, you weren't that good of a conductor as it turns out. You didn't move your hands.
Oh my
the whole thing.
god. Oh, Brown with the couple of gifts. Well, Zora,
Yeah.
benefits you on the birthday. Thank you, Brown. Much appreciated, my guy. I hope you enjoyed the song. For what it's worth.
See the Aston Martin come out from Flikza again. It's been his go-to, hasn't it? Even wind, rain or shine, Flikza will pull out the Aston Martin at some stage.
Yeah, I don't know if people around here remember the classic 1v1 between himself and Rook. It must have been Chapter 2, was it, with Flikza and Rook? Oh, I was going to score his second here as well. Flikza's giving it away. Where Rook took the first two games in really commanding fashion as well. This was in the lowest group available. Flikza was on the ropes in the best of 5, and Flikza just changed to the Aston Martin and reverse swept Rook from the point. The car has gone down in full tilt folklore as a result, and Flikza's taken to it early here.
Tomorrow against Zai, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good to watch. Zai's been, Brown obviously a very good ones player, but Zai has been on a bit of a rampage, hasn't he, with his ones, taking down J Cool and YOLO.
Yeah, it's sorry, Rizzy.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, in the crew battles format.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zacryptic messaged me a while ago before we released, oh, what a save from Flikza. Before we released the full tilt bracket, and was saying that he was actually playing really good ones. And it was hard because I'd already approached all of the full tilt players. And it wasn't until we saw Zai in crew battles, I think it was in the bonus games, wasn't it really, where the Drunk Cooligans played, where he took down YOLO Brothers and J Cool in both of those. I think they might have both almost been sweeps as well. I think J Cool might have secured a game good shot from Flikza here to equalise. But yeah, Zai, fortunately a spot opened up. Shamsy pulled out, Pac-Man pulled out, and one other player pulled out, Zella pulled out as well, and it opened the door for Zacryptic, and could well be a damaging force in the bracket as well, given the results we've seen in crew battles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he beat YOLO Brothers in the Drunk Cooligans 1v1 crew battle, but I see a big swing from Nob on the double tap. But yeah, we saw oh what Jesus, what is that flick?
Flikza. That's why his name is Flikza. What a play!
What was this? Oh god.
Oh, that was a Flikza, that's what it was. What a play coming through by Flikza. Nob yeeted himself trying to get to that ball.
But yeah, we saw Zai take down J Cool in the actual crew battle 1v1.
Oh, the ego
Of
challenge.
course.
Well played. Coming from Nob. Can he transition into the net with 0 boost? Flikza gets to his foot and grabs the corner. Nob forced to back away. Flikza, with all the time in the world here, goes for some shenanigans. Flikza looking very confident, very smooth. Nob just trying to get in front of that ball, gets the ceiling challenge. Can he find the ball off of the bounce? Takes his time, lines it up, finds the net to equalize. Well played to Nob. Ego challenging Flikza in the air. Flikza just absolutely gobsmacked.
Inhuman speed from Nobbo there.
Yeah, he gives no ground, does he, with the ceiling challenges on aerial mech.
Get that boost. It's an important boost grab from Nobbo there as well. He's a handy little bump from Flikza into position to secure it. Take an extra couple of touches here. This is where Nobbo is really dangerous. He's really good from this position. Flikza does really well to draw that challenge. So that car is absolutely massive. Almost a cheat code in a way, isn't it? Just to draw a 50, you just have to park sideways in the goal line. This match, no way the ball's getting past you. Nobbo dives in again. Flikza expects it this time, draws the challenge, and the ball goes wide. We're locked at 3 apiece, and this is a close game. Flikza sort of playing with his food at times, but he's got to be careful because Nob is actually a very dangerous opposition. We saw if you guys were both around for it. Breezy probably Breezy Wasby. Okay, we'll go with that. When
Wasby J?
When Nobbo played Jenko, were you here for that one? When Jenko started knocking around, and Nobbo actually took the game and eliminated Jenko's team as a result from crew battles.
Yeah,
Jenko out of the contest.
Yeah, he did. Jenko won the first game fairly convincingly. I think it was like maybe a 4-goal gap or something like that, 4 or 5 goal gap. And then he played with it in game number 2 and lost, and which brought it to 1-1. And then he was just genuinely like beaten in game number 3. Like, not even playing this.
Sorry, Breezy.
Oh, jeez, that's fine. My brain was processing my brain was processing that as it was taking place.
Hardcore boostiality will find the goal.
Oh, God.
Oh, the delay. Not enough boost to get around that one. Flikza is back with 100 boost. Nob trying to bait him in for the low 50. Does not quite work. Oh, but he does get the second touch. Flikza behind the ball.
Whoa.
Nob will find it. You said it yourself, Riz, and I could not agree more. Nob is an absolute terror on the field. You do not want to play around when Nob is there because he will take everything from you if you allow it. And we all know what's going to happen in that post-game lobby scene.
Yeah, he just look at that. He just feeds off complacency, doesn't he? Like you get complacent. You think, oh, I'll draw him in here. Surely he's not going to go. Like he's gonna get close and then he's gonna fake the challenge. Absolutely not. It's not Nob style at all.
Disrespect me at your peril. Nobbo opens up a 2-goal lead. He's swung this one right round. Flikza. We'll see how he adapts to this. Flikza felt very comfortable. You could see it. It was very visible in his gameplay. He was very comfortable in this matchup early in game number 2 here. But Nobbo has struck back. A pinch available for Flikza. Can't quite catch up to a big challenge for Nobbo. He can't get a piece of it, and Flikza gets it over the top. Nobbo's been caught out many times with that one from Flikza, and Flikza bites back and has his 5th.
That was really measured coming from Flikza. He just took his time, just enough time to get that ball into the net. Doesn't waste any boost. Used what little boost he had left, and Nob was just trying to crawl back to get to it, only to watch it sink. Flikza.
Delayed kickoff as well.
Nob is pulling out everything in this match. Delays, fakes, pressure.
I think he's done enough there. Yeah, I think he's done enough there to stop Flikza affecting any sort of a good play off the sidewall, and he might score. Oh no, Flikza as well. No. Flikza did really well there to get himself organised, because I think he was very close to being beaten for speed.
He said he wanted to try and freestyle this series. It's going to be, he's going to want to get a more comfortable lead than what he had, and he's going to start executing that kind of behaviour. Nobbo won't have any of it. Equalised here, 35 seconds remaining. Nob's put in a good display here. I think for Nobbo, it's got to be all about the small wins in these kind of series. He's got to just secure one game at least, then move on to the next. Don't look at the big picture here.
Yeah, you're gonna struggle to freestyle on Nob because he has such disrespectful challenges when it comes to aerial plays, like the ceiling challenge. He's actually very proficient at challenging off the ceiling. Nob. It's one of the surprising attributes about him is to say that Flikza just gets the fake and slides it underneath. Yeah, like Flikza very much capable of winning this, but winning it through freestyling, I think, will be difficult. Nob is very good at challenging aerial plays when he's got a good position.
That's such a hilarious call coming from Wolftick. He said he wanted to try to freestyle this series, but he can't hit the ball. That is. I was giggling about that one this whole time. But Flikza will take game number 2. Great showing coming from Flikza and Nob.
Yeah, we see that.
Sorry,
go on. No, you go on.
I was going to say, I think for Nobbo, I'm sure he'd love to just secure at least one game here. Flikza, Nobbo's come in as one of the lower seeds in the competition. It's new territory for him. Flikza's a very dangerous opposition and could well be justified being in the prospect group. Nobbo would love to just secure one game here. He's in a good position there in game number 2. He's going to have to work really hard for it again in game number 3. I don't think he'll be too happy to get swept here, but if he can secure a game, I think he will be pretty happy. Reverse sweep Remy. Now we're talking.
Yeah, it would be good to see. I think he's definitely got it available to him, but Flikza absolutely. I think he can't play with his food here. It's definitely not free for Flikza if he tries to mess around with it too much. It's definitely that is not the case. Nob will punish hard, as we saw there. That game nearly got away from him, didn't it?
That's exactly right. It was really, really tight margin. I've seen that. Hello?
Players? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? We don't have a Nobbo. Wait, hold on. We're missing a Nobbo? Nobbo? What happened to you? Cynex Tings?
Hello?
Hello?
It's me.
I was going to say, whenever anyone does that, I wonder which way they're going to go. Start with the hello.
What knob you're looking for?
See, you Riz went one way, Rosh went the other one.
Where is he? What happened
know.
here? Did he just not join the lobby? I might just message him.
Invite, please. Okay, the party's broken. Get out of here.
Oh, hopefully. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Or do you reckon?
Honestly, if Nob's still in the lobby, then this has been happening lately. Where if Nob's still in the lobby, like he can't be kicked. Like the party's just KIA.
Okay. We go again.
Do be like that? Yeah, they've done something to the party system. I don't know what they've done, but they've started creating these ghosts, basically, where people are like, "Oh, I got disconnected. Invite me, please." Oh, and according to everyone else, they're still in the party, and they can't be kicked either. So
yeah.
Copy that. Oh, Flikza here. Yep, Flikza is here. Looks like we're ready to go.
Weird things.
No messing about. Straight into it. We can't let the players lose any momentum. This is full tilt. This is match point for Flikza. Will Nob pull out the reverse sweep? Delete the VOD.
Get swept.
Getting swept. Your third car change from Flikza.
Help!
Help!
I'm in the chatting channel.
Oh, that's a good start from Flikza out of the corner. It's a really heavy challenge from Nobbo.
Actually, we're reliant on. Sorry, we're reliant on this. Like, why is Fruitrition not on this channel? You're the one with the audio clip, right?
Yeah, honestly, like it's a weird one because, we got a bunch of sound clips from people, like some personal ones. There was one from Wombat as well. Maybe even 2 from Wombat, or maybe 2 from Nobbo as well back in the day. And I never was really convinced. That is a good shot from Nobo off the kickoff. I was never really convinced that the people that are involved in them are that comfortable with them being on stream. I was never really convinced that they were that stoked about it.
Yeah.
And Nobo's always like, yeah, I don't care. But those that know Nobo really well would know that Nobo will say that about literally anything. So I was like, I'll leave it off until Nobo requests it. I'll leave it off. That's sort of how I played it.
I'm just gonna make him request it.
What's the sound that you're referring to?
It was Nob. It was a stream one night. I think Nob and Riz were doing a crew battles game, and Nob just could not wrap his tongue around the word fruition. He couldn't do it. And the word just every time he got close to it, it just kept like dodging him.
Yeah, the funniest thing was he had like 3 attempts at it and he got it wrong each time. He's like, fruition. He's like, oh god, fruition. Oh god. So those that have been around a long time know the Sanskrit pretty well, but I'm not sure that. I mean, it's cool, it's funny as for those, especially those that were around for it. It's funny as, but I don't know that Nob's always been that big of a fan of it deep down. I don't know. I'll wait till he's requested it, or until Breezy gives him a quick good jab in the ribs to say that he wants it.
You got my prison shank ready. Oh, good showing from Nob though. He's got an early lead. He might have I was going to say he might have another one here. It's still not over with, but Flikza very calm, shadowing this on low boost. Let's see Nob there, just tailing him. As he should have another here. Yes, he will. Yeah. Nob opens up.
No,
oh, not like this!
I'm sorry, Nob. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm gonna shut up. That's it. You said you wanted me to do more today. I'm gonna do less.
Oh, it's maximum damage down the other end as well. Of course it is. Oh, Nobo, not like this. Not like this.
Oh, and he gets got.
I'll be right back.
I wish that I could just be in the call with Nob at this moment, just hearing him say all of those obscenities. I love hearing Nob just go off at himself. It is a pleasure of mine to hear, to be in call. I can only imagine what he's saying. Oh, and he gets demoed. Oh, the aerial demo.
Dribble cringe. He's done well to get this as well. Because, yeah, he actually went on, like, Nob actually looked like he touched the ball, but, you know, game said no. We've got to wait from Nob. What are we waiting for? Okay.
Sure. It's interesting strategy from Nobo. First time I've seen that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The mind games.
I respect it. Wait! Well, I put this in your net.
I think you might have been onto it, Breezy. He's going to score an equaliser here, actually. You might have been onto it before. He might have thought he actually touched that ball. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's one of those like, oh, wait, what happened there?
Okay. Wait while I put this in your net.
There it is. Nobo's
yeah.
Yeah, possibly, yeah, because I heard the hit come out, and Flikza almost, the reason it looked weird is Flikza almost looked like he didn't get ahead of the ball, like, for the air dribble bump, which is, you know, a key component of the air dribble bump is you have to get ahead of the ball. Nob obviously thought the same.
Off guard live as well. Again, Nobo's just so close, isn't he? Like I was saying, I think the objective here for Nobo is just...
shot!
Oh, there it is!
Oh, he does it to him, there it is!
Nobo staple comes to the forefront at such a critical time as well. I was going to say, he just needs to secure a game, just to stamp the Nobo back into the contests, back into the competition, and back into the server. God, it's hard for him, isn't it, at the moment?
Just dangle the bait. Hang the bait long. Dangle it long.
He's on the hunt. He's Nobo, well done by Flikza, draws the challenge. He knows he doesn't have enough boost to accelerate this one away. Oh, it's Nobo just shoots! Then Flikza gets around it.
Here it comes. Oh, Flikza avoids the demo, narrowly escaping the claws of Nob. battling it out for the boost. Stays close to the ball. Nob gains possession. He does have boost priority here. Flikza gets a very light touch across the side. Nob was extremely eager on that play. Not able to find that goal. Flikza playing for time here. Nob in the lead. Flikza doing Flikza things. Nob does really well to get back to that ball. Flikza uses all their boost, grabs the corner. Nob's in front, might get demoed. Avoiding the demo. Gets around Flikza, bumps Flikza out of the way. Is this it? This is it, Nob! Well played indeed.
Yeah, he'll be so relieved, won't he? He'll be so relieved. Just in the last game we spoke about it, he just wants to secure a game. He's worked so hard. He's been in the contest the entire time. He gave away the lead last game, but he's opened up that little bit of a gap here. 2 goals is a little bit more comfortable than what we've seen from him throughout this contest so far, and into the final minute as well. Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, he knows he probably shouldn't have shot that ball. I don't think he ever really had an angle to get it on target. And Flikza punishes. Nob can't quite draw a commanding lead from the game. It looks like he may still have to win this one the hard way. To see it out with only a 1 or 2 goal lead. We'll have to see how it plays out. He does have a good opportunity to score again here. He's going to go for the fake. Flikza's well aware of the danger though, and Nob's spun out again.
Tragic. Oh, Flikza actually playing with him.
Ceiling challenge.
He's really good at that.
He's very good at it.
Oh, he's putting himself into the firing line then. I thought he was lining himself up for the demo there. Flikza comes through, misses out. Yeah, you said it earlier. Flikza played with that ball before. He could have secured the equaliser here. Nobo with a chance to secure a game. 1 goal in the lead. Flikza's going to have to do it on 0 seconds. He has ball control and boost advantage. And Nobo will land it. Nobo will secure a game.
I'll allow the
Nobo makes his
pre-game.
voice heard.
Oh, he's not doing it. Nob, he's taking the high road. Incredible.
Surprised.
Oh, I'm a little disappointed, actually.
Yeah, baby.
He's stoked, and good on him as well. It's so good to see. Flikza. Yeah, I don't think Flikza's really backed away. I think he had a chance to secure a goal late in that game, but other than that, I don't think Flikza's really just given it to Nob here. Nobo has secured that game on his own. Outstanding from Nobo, and I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good matchup for him if he can just capitalize on all the opportunities that he has been and clean up a little bit around the field. He's actually a good matchup for Flikza here. Flikza, I think Wolftick pointed out it earlier in the chat. Flikza's not at his best. Flikza's come in to mech, and it doesn't look like he has that engine going. So if Nobo can expose the weaknesses and capitalize on the opportunities, he actually has a chance of doing damage in this series.
To be fair, Nob's not allowing Flikza to do any of those things. He will absolutely deny Flikza any opportunity to do any kind of clip. Any kind of clip against Nob. Nob will not allow it, and you have to respect that.
Yeah, he's a very good challenger of aerial plays. I think we said it earlier on that like people who want to freestyle, they better be prepared for the fact that Nob is actually a very, very good challenger of aerial plays. He gets onto the ceiling fast and challenges anything that's high up, anything that you want to take high and have time. That is his the one's pedigree is that people obviously want to take the ball high and they want to take the time in ones with their aerial plays, make sure they get it right. Nob obviously. Nob doesn't want to give Flikza time. We see it here again, and Flikza looks like he's shifting this game, doesn't he? A little bit. Or
yeah, Flikza's here to win. You can see it.
Yeah. Will this play into Nob's hands, though? Will he enjoy the speed a little bit more? The pace?
Oh, jeez. It looked like...
Oh, he'll score as well, I think.
Wow, how has he managed to score from that position? It actually looked like he was going to concede. It looked like he'd landed fully there and not control his car well enough. Ends up just getting the nose of the car on it and clearing it well out into the midfield and secures the first goal. And like you say, Flikza's giving it everything now from the looks. Nobo, though, with the first goal on the board. He's a dangerous opposition. You don't want to muck around. We talked about it earlier. You don't want to muck around because he's very... Okay, never mind. Hold on a second.
Singing Nob's praises.
A little bit of a mistouch. He, never again. Yeah, he went into the air. Never again. He just got too heavy of a touch off the ceiling. Couldn't follow it up himself. Probably patience would have been key there, but I think he got lost, old Nobo, in the speed of the game, and he took that one a little bit too quick. And Flikza punishes Nob's position.
Yes, that's exactly right. Nob actually just veers left, and Flikza dials in, unhinges his jaw, bites down on that goal.
I wondered where you were going with that. Jesus.
Well, what were you? What were you expecting?
Unhinges his jaw and swallows his opponent. What is his opponent called again? Jesus, my brain swirled then.
Breezy's got something else on his mind, I think.
He's always there. It never fully shuts the door in the brain.
Respect.
Flikza though takes a fairly advanced lead here. Couple of good kickoffs for him, despite Nob's attempt at his kickoff variations. See it there again, the big delay coming out from Flikza. But Nob waits down patiently. Now he missed out on the challenge, and Flikza will have his fifth. He's not pulling any punches anymore, is he?
Nah, he's not playing around.
I think he wants this over with.
The good luck, have fun was the biggest indicator.
Yeah, he actually was, wasn't it? His double-edged sword on the planet.
Yeah.
I was really trying hard to keep it PG, all right? But even the players are not keeping it PG.
Nob's here to party.
Nobo's just going a little bit too hard here, isn't he? There, you see, he's not playing the smart game there. He actually had the whole field to work with. Went down the very aggressive route there, the all or nothing dive at that ball. Ends up missing out and ends up conceding a sixth, and a seventh immediately. Brazil situation. Nobo scored the first goal of this game. And after 100 seconds, has been locked into a Brazil situation. Flikza has come to play here in game number 4.
Oh my.
Again, Flikza has absolutely pulling no punches whatsoever. He's decided that he's had enough. Yeah.
Incredible shot though.
He's
Great
just
placement.
going hard, isn't he? He's going hard though, Nobo. He decided to challenge that. He didn't want to muck around and be trapped on his goal line any longer than he had to be. He just wanted to draw the challenge immediately and hope for the best, and it's cost him every single time so far.
Oh, Nob going up early there. Able to draw out a challenge into the midfield. Flikza is up early again, bangs it on target. Shot. Flikza. Bangs. Straight into the net. Nob. Floating in the air. What will Nob do? 8-goal deficit, 3 minutes remaining. People were calling for a reverse sweep. Will Nob deliver? This is an actual mountain. Flikza is not playing around. Gets that musty touch. Goes for the reset. Nob will deny the clip. Will not allow it. No clips on Nob. Flikza, excellent recovery. Although he is behind the ball goes wide.
Definitely making Flikza quote-unquote win this the boring way. Just by outpacing and outplaying rather than hitting clips. Maybe a message from Wolftick as well. maybe Wolftick's giving him a DM of certain disrepute.
Nobo will stick it out. I don't think I've ever seen Nobo just roll over and say, GG's. Nobo will stick this one out to the very end. use it as a learning experience, if nothing else, from this point. 9 goals difference between the players into the final 2 minutes of this contest. Flikza has looked really good here in game number 4, let's be honest. Almost disrespectful to have Flikza down here in the qualifying group, but we've touched on it earlier, especially in the Kirksy Kabeelio match and their potential opponent next round for them. It is still completely stacked, isn't it? The qualifying group, and Flikza transitions the ball downfield, has complete ball control. The stats would be incredible if we had them for time in possession here in game number 4, and Flikza has his 11th in style.
Wolftick threatened disownership. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's been an entertaining one, nevertheless. The Knob never fails to entertain us. We'll give him that. Probably because we can hear his internal monologue through every play. I think that's a big part of it, certainly for us.
I mean, the all caps in chat does tell us a lot. Definitely paints the story.
Kirksy's knuckles, caps lock engaged.
Oh, beautiful shot.
He has looked really good, to be fair. We've been talking a lot about Nobbo this series, honestly, because he's such a cult favourite, but Flikza has played really well here in game number 4. When the chips were down on the table, it's Flikza who has come in strong. 12 goals to his name. And we're not even into the final minute.
A massive slacking when he showed up, wasn't it? Definitely thrown himself at everything and given it his all. 2-12 here. Will advance. Who does Flikza play the winner of? Provided this goes the way it is.
You knew how difficult that was going to be to answer when you said it, didn't you?
I mean, I could find it out myself. I was just wondering whether you had it committed to memory or not ambitiously. He will play the winner of Oki or Casper. That'll be very interesting.
Honestly, yeah, 2 very powerful players, as we know. Interesting. I'd love to just talk about every single match on it, as they're not even happening. They're all pretty spicy. That's a really tasty match. I think they're 2 very similarly matched players, the Oki and Casper matchup. Oki has been a little bit absent from the game. Rosh probably got the scoop on Oki there, with Oki's good friends. But Casper as well, I think I touched with him before this started. When I sent him out the invite for Full Tilt, he did say he's been a little bit absent from the game and the game mode especially. Both players will probably come in fairly cold, but they're both so capable, aren't they? One of them will run into Flikza.
That is for sure. It's definitely a match to watch. Both players extremely, extremely strong. Unfortunately,
40 goals.
14 goals. Flikza just getting in Knob's way. I do have to apologize. As I was setting up the full tilt profile, I knew that I was going to forget something, and even though I tried to be as pinpoint as possible, I forgot to do the sound alerts.
Yo. Oh, yeah, right. Interesting. Unlucky. We can refund that.
At least to be fair, I don't think we've had that many redeemed.
We have. I've seen them pop up, and I'm like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Oh yeah. We could probably go through and refund them all because they all appear as pending actions. Don't they?
Yeah.
That's a good shout. Watching this muted. Is everyone watching this muted because they're using them, but they're not saying, "Why didn't I hear my sound alert?" I don't think I've seen anyone say that the entire time.
Polite. It was being polite.
People were on me like a shot when I didn't have it for the first one. I had issues with it. People were literally like, oh, no sound alert. Oh God.
I'll take responsibility.
With them now, they actually just see the claim and they have it go off in their head. And they're like, yeah, good time.
A phantom sound alert.
Yeah, that's right.
Actual scam.
Flikza came to play in game number 4. Flikza will advance. It's a double round in the qualifying group these days. Qualifiers used to just advance straight to the prospect. In fact, back in the day, it was just the prospects as the bottom tier. These days, we have the qualifiers. The qualifiers will need to play qualifiers to advance to the prospects, and Flikza advances, and he will face the winner of Oki and Caspar. Outstanding by Flikza. Look at that. Look at that game force. Have we ever seen someone score 2,400 points in a game on Scuffcord history?
Oh God, I don't think so. I don't think not in an official game. No, I don't.
Actually,
I
what about Con?
So.
What about Con versus Jebla? Remember early crew battles days where Con, I think he lost game number 1, then scored like 20 goals or something in game number 2 against Jebla.
20 kickoff goals. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got to 2,000 or was trying to get to 2,000. But I think Flikza might be the king of the scoreboard with the 2,400.
They're big numbers, and like the 19 shots, 16 goals, and 1 save is an interesting stat line. There's no doubt about it.
For Nob's benefit, I switched the scene. Switched the scene pretty early. You can thank me later, Nob.
Oh, good. I'm sure Nob won't be too disheartened. He is that kind of a guy.
Yes, an incredible individual.
We will move on, I guess, into the next games. What is actually? We can preface the next games as well. What do we have coming up for us tomorrow, guys?
Tomorrow night's a big night. And I think Rosh is making the arrangements to be available. I could also be available. Breezy, you are off gallivanting around Melbourne for goodness knows why, but
yeah, I'm trying to drag. I was trying to drag the Hermit out and make him unavailable as well, but he's fully locked in his shell. I think I caught him drinking there as well. Fantastic.
Calls him out as a hermit. It's actually probably so relatable, to be honest. But
yeah, to be fair, I don't give people too much shit for it, because if the roles were reversed and Rosh was coming to Melbourne, I would probably be in the same boat where I'd be like, yeah. And then on the day, I'd be like, actually, I can't be asked.
You know what? You've been pushed down my priority list. Yeah, good games. Especially the not especially, but the first game was extremely entertaining to kick off full tilt. Kirksy versus Kabeelio. We got 2 very interesting players to watch. It ended up being Kirksy in the end for those that missed it. He has the pedigree in ones. We talked a little bit about it at the start of that series. Kabeelio, he's a very strong player, and you can see how capable he is in when we saw him play. But Kirksy just used the mastermind of ones to his advantage, didn't he? And took that series away from Kabeelio in game number 5. Worth a rewatch if you didn't miss it. And then it was Flikza who overcame Nob. Nob secured the game. I think that would be a win for Nob, and it's definitely a win for Flikza. So everybody goes home somewhat happy, you'd say. What do you make of the evening, gentlemen? Solid.
Go, Breezy, go.
Good talk. Fine. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed both the games. I thought the Kirks and Kabeelio one was a real arm wrestle. I thought Kabeelio was in danger. Yeah, I know, no. Well, good talk. Yeah, I thought it was a real arm wrestle, and I thought Kabeelio did really well to bring himself back into the game. I was concerned after game number 1 that we were going to see, like just a person who's familiar with ones just roll over someone who doesn't play ones, but he definitely came to play, and once he got on top of his mech, he proved to be a real contender. But in the end, the one's experience proved vital for Kirks, and we saw him come through. And then in this series, Nob, obviously, like you said, a bit out of the game at the moment, but still doing Nob things, still entertaining us as he always does. But Flikza definitely the stronger when it finally came down to the wire.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, the Kabeelio Kirksy match was an arm wrestle throughout, as both of you have mentioned. Extremely great to see the ground plays coming from Kirksy. You could see the Giga Brain just working, just doing the work, calculating everything through coming from Kirksy. Although Kabeelio's pure mech and aggression, although a double-edged sword at most times, was was really pulling through, especially taking it all the way to game number 5. Brilliant showing from both players. Extremely privileged to see that, to witness it. The Knob and Flikza match, extremely entertaining in its own right. Having a Knob on the field, Flikza and Knob, very wholesome players. Knob did get his win though to put himself on the board, but yes, when Flikza just flicked into gear, the good luck have fun was a red herring for sure, and Flikza just came through with the punch. So we'll find out what we will find out in tomorrow's match lineup. Although Riz, you wanted to touch on some Scuffcordian things before I wrap this up.
Possibly. We do have matches tomorrow night. If you want to be on top of it and be here from the start, make sure you check the events tab. We have Tristan versus Yolo Brothers. For those that don't know, Tristan and Yolo Brothers used to be RLCS teammates. They came into the Discord with the Wolf Tick back in the day. They will be facing off first, and then we will see almost like a mini tournament in a way. We're going to see the Zacryptic versus Front match. We're going to see the J Cool versus the Brown Stickman match, and then the winner of both of those matches will face off in the round 2. The winner of that will then advance into the prospect group. The Scuff update is, for those that are still around, we're going to be working on some roles. I've actually rolled out a whole bunch of them already. If you click on your name, you might see yourself with some legacy roles. We're going to be reorientating the way the roles are listed in the right-hand side where you see the players. We're going to do away, and I should have done this a long time ago, do away with the rank order from top to bottom there, and we're going to start organizing people based on their history in the server. So those that have been involved in major events, and we're still sort of working out the details of that, but major events will be the crew battles. They will be the significant catch-ups between people like PAX and like the Sydney one that took place. They will receive major Scuff roles for their involvement in the community, and then we will give out other roles based on the amount of legacy roles you have, and people will be organized based on the amount of legacy roles they have, which will have their own role name. It will all make a lot of sense later on when it actually happens. But those people, we will also toy with the idea of having chat and comms channels for those people who are legacy members. So each one will have their own little space to communicate, assuming that all those people, and when I look through the list today and I look back at, the early crew battles days from, 2021, I think was the initial one, you got people that do know each other really well, and they will have their own little space to communicate and touch base on the history of things. And they can also, they'll also find a little private place where they can ping us admins as well and ask questions about, what's happening with the server and whatnot, without it being completely public or without having to reach through DMs as well. So just something that's moving in the background there. We'll be moving away from, moving away from the ranks being the order of things and people's involvement in the server and their participation in things. Given that is significant, we try and touch on it, but it's hard to mention how significant it is, especially those that hang in for a long time. Like, things aren't always perfect and things aren't always great, but there's a lot of people that do stick it out and give us a lot of support. So we will try and do things right by them, and you will see some changes around the server in hopefully the coming week if we get the opportunity to do so. There's more discussions to be had around it, but yeah, that is the direction we're heading in.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like it's a direction that I think is a positive one to take, especially given the fact that obviously, the way we've organised it was very much in the past was very much, I guess, ease of access for us. Looking down those rank lists, like particularly for me, I always go back to subs. Looking down those rank lists and seeing who's online for to sub in for a crew battles game. But it's very positive in terms of this being a community-based server to celebrate the people of the community with more roles, higher placements on that over, I guess, just pure rank, which is not necessarily the primary focus of the server. In fact, it's definitely not our primary focus of the server.
Not in any way, really. also, for those that are here, if you've got any ideas of what you think should constitute a legacy role, I think the crew battles ones were fairly obvious to me. Full tilt, I was sort of iffy on because it's an invite-only event. I don't think it's fair to give legacy roles for that. The catch-ups, I think definitely they really speak volumes to like community spirit. But if you have some ideas about how they impact new players, I mean, things would stay the same realistically. For new players, it's difficult for new players. There are a lot of really good new members to the server, of course, yourself included, Zorafang, of course, that are probably going to not necessarily be victims per se of this, but like you got to imagine that there's people here that have been here for literally 3 years now, putting up with and there's been some hard times. There's been some really hard times in this server, and it's those people that stayed involved and stayed invested in what we do and stayed supportive of us as a leadership team that have actually carried the entire thing and left it in the position it's in now. So it's about really rewarding them and those that are new, that are good members of the community. Keep your head down. Keep doing what you're doing. Please feel please feel that you are respected and that you are appreciated, because you most certainly are. And we'll try and make things work for you guys as well. Honestly.
Yeah, to touch on that, Zora, like in terms of new members of the community, like it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you loads. We always make an effort. So like you won't be able to see this visibly based on these changes, but we always make an effort like to find room when we get new people registering. Everybody can still register for events. That's not going to change. But like we do make an effort, especially with casual tournaments and things like that, for new players to get selected for casual tournaments, so that then we can get a measure of them. So we actually do kind of prioritize new players a lot as well, because we want to we want to get we want to see what are these guys like? Are these going to be an asset or a hindrance to the community? Like we want to know early doors whether that is the case or not. But obviously we still want to give all of the long-time members a say as well, and have them have the best experience they can have if we want them to stick around. So yeah, just to address that, like nothing will change in terms of your involvement and being in chats and registering for events. Nothing is going to change in that respect.
It's a case of recognition. It's a case of recognizing all of the players, and I think that it's definitely going to be. It's something that will be retroactive. So legacy roles are what they are, but that does not mean that new players can't find new roles as time goes on.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, we're still working out what it looks like. Definitely haven't discussed it in depth as an administrative team. I've started to get the pieces in place. Like the crew battles one was pretty low-hanging fruit for me. I think those that have been involved in crew battles will already see now, if they click on their name in the Discord, that they have got those legacy roles applied to them. I do have all the old brackets. It was quite interesting to look through, actually, to be honest, looking through the legacy brackets of crew battles, seeing and some players have been in literally every single one. So it's it's pretty cool. Yeah. There's going to be some things to work out. There's going to be some people that I've missed as well, people that have subbed into crew battles or subbed out of crew battles that should still have those legacy roles. So if you do see one missing that you were part of, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, other than that, I think that a space that we've been lacking in the server is definitely the casual space. We focus heavily on crew battles these days, and when we do go in for crew battles, it takes a heavy toll on the availability of those that are really involved. The people that are heavily involved are obvious. I don't need to mention them. And when it's over, it's a breath of fresh air, and we walk away for a bit, and nothing really happens at the moment in that casual space. And I think the Discord and the community is at a real disadvantage as a result. And I think it's important now that we actually make a push and we try and clean up things in that space, because it is a critical component to what we do. It's a critical component to building the community, like Breezy touched on, to seeing people play, to get an idea of what they're like as a person, as a player. We'll definitely be looking to shake up that environment. So keep an eye out. It's actually Rosh is going to turn out to be an asset in this space. I'm sure he will be. I've touched on it with Rosh before. He is looking to maximize his impact on what we do here, and will be an asset moving forward, no doubt. Hopefully we can get myself Breezy and Rosh getting that engine going in the near future and having a reliable system in place for community events and communicating our strategies as well, because we've definitely lacked in a few areas. I think we've really crew battles is something that we've done really well, but as a result we've faltered in the other areas, and apologies to those that they've pointed it out, and it's been difficult to steer in the right direction, but we will definitely be trying to do so in the very near future.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
I've seen that.
Thank you, Rizza. Thank you, Breezy. The beginning of Full Tilt is super exciting. We've got some great matches lined up, and we've already seen some premium content. We're going to wrap this show up. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for supporting the content. Look forward to all of the new and wonderful things that Scuffcord will bring to you in the very near future. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See you later. Thanks, Rosh.